Thank you.
Why would you want this job?
Why wouldn't I want this job? I grew up as a passionate CFL fan, and so that intrigued me as a starting point. Working at TSN and RDS, I've been a partner with the CFL for well over 20 years, so I've gotten to know the league in a very close fashion. And finally, I've seen a lot of growth areas. We have one of the strongest board of directors and group of owners that we ever have had in the league. We've seen growth in attendance, growth in ratings, and excitement around the league that I don't think I've seen in a long time. So lots of things to build on, and I think lots of places we can go with this league.
But why would you leave a TV job?
Well, I loved my TV job. I was there almost 30 years. I loved every second of working through the ranks at Bell Media. This was a passion. I was at an age where I said, look, I think I can make a difference here. I think I can help take this league in a really good position and see it grow.
The fact that you were with TSN and TSN holds the rights, how is that going to impact future talks, if at all? And how do you not allow that to interfere, to become a conflict of interest?
Oh, I don't think there's any conflict at all. I think I've got almost 30 years of experience in Canadian broadcast, relationships with different sports leagues around the world. I've seen every which way you can slice a media rights deal. And of course, I've got a great relationship with the incumbent players. They've done a fantastic job, and I'll be talking to them. I'm coming at this from a place of how do I optimize the next media deal? How do I think about, of course, maximizing revenue, but also maximizing reach and getting to hard-to-reach audiences? We need to bring our average age down in this league, and I've got to figure out the right media play that's going to accomplish that.
What will be your biggest challenge, the first thing you want to improve in this league?
Well, we're coming in at such a strong place. I think the league is in an excellent place. So I'm not looking at it as a challenge that I need to overcome. I'm thinking of ways that I want to execute really well in 2025. I'm coming in right at the start of a season. Plans are already in place. I've reviewed them with the league. I think the plans are fantastic, and we're set to have a fantastic year. Obviously, in anticipation of 2026 with the World Cup, how to manage around that, that's going to be a challenge. And the next media rights negotiations is obviously going to be a major play for us as well. And ultimately, how are we going to grow our digital presence so that we are reaching those younger audiences?
Is that your most important mandate or mission? Is the media deal reaching younger clientele and just growing the game, I guess?
I think growing the game is my number one mission. I want to. By growing the game, it means a couple of things. I want more fans coming to games. I want to see greater audiences wherever they're consuming it, whether it's through linear distribution of television signals or online short-form content on whatever platform that might be. We have incredible players making incredible plays in outstanding games that usually go down to the wire in exciting finishes. How do we expose that as well as we can? But ultimately, growth means I want to have 9 healthy franchises, right? We've got to improve the financial health of these franchises overall, and from there, I think really there's going to be some accelerated momentum.
How healthy is this franchise here? Do you believe that Pelodeau is in it for the long haul, considering he's losing money? And how do you think it looks that they keep going through presidents on a regular basis?
I think ever since Pierre-Karl Pelodeau came into the league, he has infused this team with an incredible energy and great momentum. I think last year, 2024, saw the highest attendance in 10 years. Ratings are up significantly for the Owls games in this market. So we have outstanding momentum in Montreal. I think having Pierre-Karl as one of those 9 owners has been a real blessing and benefit to the overall group.
Has he assured you that he's in this for the long haul?
Pierre-Karl and I haven't had those types of conversations. We've talked about how we're going to grow the league together, and I'm looking forward to doing that.
Does it bother you, the optics of going through another president? Do you need a president on a football team?
I think that the success that the Alouettes have had over the last 3 or 4 years exemplifies that this is a group that knows how to take a franchise like the Owls and succeed. and I'm going to leave it to the experts here in this market to decide how best to do that.
You were talking about 9 healthy teams. Does it mean that talks about expansion for a 10 Canadian team are put on the ice? It was there to your predecessor, but is it something that you're going to put on the ice to, upgrade the health of this league right now?
Would I love a 10th team? Absolutely. I'd like an 11th and a 12th team as well. But no, it's not going to be a top priority for me as I come into this position. I think if we can do things effectively to improve the health of those 9 teams, expansion will come. If a group comes to the CFL office and says we've got an outstanding market, a stadium plan, the financials in place, we've arranged everything we need to from a political standpoint, we will listen to that, absolutely. But I think that's more listening as opposed to going out and searching for it. I want to grow the league as it stands today.
But do you think that you will be the commissioner to make it happen? Or?
I think if I'm successful and we as a team at the league office are successful in growing the game and achieving success from a health standpoint of those 9 teams, I think I will be.
On another subject, we saw the NFL allow their players to go to the Olympics in 2026. Do you think about that for Canadian players?
In 2028? Yeah, absolutely. I think about it for players from this league. I would love to see players from this league participate in flag at the Olympics in 2028. Obviously we have a more complicated situation in the NFL since it's right in the middle of our season. But I can tell you that all of us at the league office are working to try and figure out how we can make that happen. I'm motivated to make that happen.
What hurdles are there for the CFL players not to go to the 2028 Olympics?
I'm sorry?
What hurdles are there left before the players can go?
Well, the first hurdle is the schedule. We've got to figure out how we would manage through an interruption potentially, or how we would manage with players who would leave and go to the Olympics. Those are some of the idiosyncrasies that we have to face that maybe the NFL does not. So those are the key ones we have to figure out first, and then we'll go from there.
How will you be different from your predecessor, or how would you like to be different and leave your mark on this league?
I think Randy did an outstanding job leading the league to where we are. We've seen a lot of growth that I mentioned. We've seen growth in attendance, growth in ratings over the last couple of years. He's handing off a league in good shape to me, and so I thank him for that. I want to continue that growth pattern. I want to bring our average age down of our audiences. I want to promote the game of football. I want to focus on entertainment. I think the first job of the league office is to protect the integrity of the game. The integrity of the game that's played on the field. That is the #1 job. After that, every decision we make should be done through the lens of entertainment. We are in the entertainment business, and we are in a fight for attention. There's a lot of choice for consumers out there, and we need to be thinking about making decisions that take our great game and gives it the attention it deserves.
What do you think?
Concerning the French content, what strategy do you think you will be implementing in the future to make sure that the French content still has a presence in Canadian football?
I'm very focused on the French content in this market in particular. We have bolstered some resources at the league office already to deliver more French content in various different platforms already. We have a French strategy in place where Alouette games, Red-Black games, national games, all bilingual. So it is a key focus for us moving forward because I think this market is so rich in football history. It's up to us to nurture that and allow it to grow and foster that growth.
What do you think about the officiating in this league and the flow of games, the pace of games?
I think that
it has improved since we got rid of Bradbury, but that's an editorial comment.
The CFL has, I believe, the shortest overall game time out of when you compare it to NFL and NCAA. So I think our game flow has improved significantly over the years, and it is something that we need to continue to focus on. I talked about thinking about us from an entertainment value and making decisions based on entertainment through a lens of entertainment, and game flow has to be part of that. We have such a quick, action-packed game. We've got to make sure that the audience is seeing that, and we don't interrupt it with places where we can reduce that game flow.
Pardonne-moi, Monsieur Johnston, d'être le premier à te poser une question en français. Tu as parlé à mon collègue de l'importance du contenu francophone. Et pour toi, le fait francophone au complet, à quel point il est important pour à tes yeux en tant que commissaire?
Je m'excuse, la musique, elle est un peu plus... could you repeat?
Le frais francophone, à quel point il est important à tes yeux comme commissaire que le français soit présent? Par exemple, dans les dernières années, on avait vu l'affichage à la finale de la Coupe Grey et tout ça. Simplement pour toi d'être en mesure de t'exprimer en français pour rejoindre les partisans, à quel point c'est important pour toi?
Je veux dire que c'est très important pour moi. The league office has instituted a much stronger French language policy, a focus on making sure that we're recognizing both languages in those places. Obviously, the Grey Cup, but really any game where it's incredibly relevant. Our logos are are bilingual. We want to make sure that we are continuing to reinforce this French market because it's incredibly important to the future of the league.
Ici à Montréal, Jason Mask a instauré une tradition chez les joueurs qui ont du Duolingo pour le français. Peut-être que tu pourras faire la même chose.
I'm working with Duolingo. I've got my Babbel app on my phone right now. J'ai parlé français beaucoup quand j'étais jeune. Il y a presque 40 ans que j'ai parlé beaucoup le français. Je vais pratiquer sur toute la saison et peut-être Coupe Grey, on peut avoir une conversation that would flow a little better than this one.
Le français est très bien maintenant.
À quel point c'est... Oui, votre français est très bien, mais à quel point c'est important pour vous d'améliorer, de pratiquer votre français quand vous parlez de l'importance du marché de Montréal pour la Ligue?
C'est important tout de suite. Je veux parler français régulièrement. Je veux pratiquer beaucoup et quand je viens à Montréal, à Québec, je veux parler français plus que je parle anglais, si on peut. Je dois pratiquer un petit peu.
Just to go back, ben, peut-être 2-3, on parle pas souvent comme ça. Just to go back on Randy Ambrosie, was criticized by using cliché with the media. Will you be more open to share real information with the media, but also the fans?
Well, I won't speak to what was described as with Randy. I don't know about that, but I hope that you will find that I'm coming into the commissioner role with a focus on transparency where I can. That is how I've operated my entire career. I try and be an open and as transparent as possible. I think that engages all the stakeholders that are involved with the league. That's not just my own coworkers, the board, but also the media, the players, and the fans. I think all of that's important, and the more that they hear me speak what I'm thinking, I think the more that they'll understand this is where we want to go.
Do you think there's any possibility that one day there will be a team in Quebec City?
I am focused right now on 9 healthy teams in this league. I would love to expand. I would love a 10th team. But right now my focus is on the 9 teams that are currently here.
And what about the global program? I know that the teams really don't like that part in the CFL that Randy brought in. They had to pay still, I believe, 2 players every year, every team. And it roughly costs around $1 million to the league. Do you think this will end at some point, or?
That global initiative is part of the CBA, and that's baked in for the next number of years. So we're going to focus on that. I know that ultimately we want the best players playing on the field, and I hope the expansion of our game globally is something that actually will help deliver players that will that will make our league and succeed in our league. I think the stat is that last year there was well over 5,000 snaps. I might have that number wrong, but the global players did play and they did contribute. So I want to see where that can grow.
And maybe just one more about the Canadian quarterbacks. Do you have any idea in mind, to make sure that they will be able to play and be, in the team, not only in the practice roster?
I think you're seeing success with Canadian football athletes, both in the CFL and down south in the NFL and in the NCAA. I am so impressed with the growth of skill position Canadian players, and I have full expectation that they will continue to succeed, and certainly we want to make sure we're marketing that when they do.